Welcome to our last segment here on ETBU Extra Today, broadcasting live from the Student Center on the campus of East Texas Baptist University. We'll be here each Wednesday from noon to 1. Thank you for clicking in the day on the ETBU Sportsnet, and then the segments are replayed later on the ETBU YouTube channel. Be tuned in ETBU social media. Go etbtigers.com to find out when those are ready for you to view as well during later of the week. We're going to now talk cross country. Both the men and ladies had a cross country meet up in, where was it, Shelby?
Tyler.
Up in, oh, sorry, down, I should say, down in Tyler, or west of the campus, and both teams did very well, had second place finishes on both sides, so that was good to see y'all do well.
Yeah, we were really excited with the results for our first meet. So
Shelby is one of the excellent runners on the ladies' side. Shelby Taylor from Flint, Texas. She's a junior. And Shelby, this past summer you had a unique experience, and it's an experience that's available to all ETB students who want to participate in. You went on a travel study class, and you went to England. Now, we don't have all day to talk about the trip, but kind of tell me the highlights of the trip for you. Little girl from Texas going over to jolly old England across the pond and to study literature in the places where the authors actually got their inspiration to write what you were studying.
yeah, that was an incredible experience. I'd never been to Europe, and so that was super cool. And I'd say highlights, I mean, there were so many things. We saw so many big things in England, and we would just spend a week or so in a different town and then move around. So that was super cool, getting to stay in the cities and kind of explore. I think that was one of my favorite parts, was just exploring the cities, the places we were staying. And we stayed in different kinds of hotels and old Victorian homes, so that was really cool. And saw all kinds of architecture, and just really cool sites that are really old, so all the history and stuff.
Now, was Dr. Troy White the professor on the
Dr.
trip?
White was our professor.
English professor took a group over to England to study the places where the authors set their books.
Victorian literature was the
where they got
subject.
their inspiration. Now, in East Texas, we don't see very many castles, but understand one of y'all's trips was to a castle. Talk about the castle that y'all went to visit.
Well, we saw several different ones. We saw the place where Winston Churchill was born. That was probably the most unique castle to me. That was really cool. But that's still like one of the residences of the royal family. And so you go inside, and the whole inside, it's basically each section is a different stage of Winston Churchill's life. So that was really, really cool.
Visiting with Shelby Taylor, member of the ETB Lady Tigers cross-country team, talking about her travel study experience she had with a group of other ETB students this past year to England. ETB also went to Israel, Australia, and some other points. Just one of the unique opportunities that all students at ETB have, and especially student athletes have that opportunity as well to travel abroad. Let's talk about cross-country. When did your love for running long distances occur?
Freshman year of college.
That's right, because you didn't really get started doing this until you got here at ETBU.
Yeah, I had never run long distance till I got here, so I'd never run over a mile, I don't think. Long distance wasn't my thing, I thought, until I got here.
So what does it take for someone who wants to run long distance? What kind of training's involved?
Just a lot of endurance training, just run long, run slow, and you just slowly build up your pace and speed.
So what do you think clicked for you to say, oh, I actually like doing this? Because I would not want to get out and run a 5K tomorrow.
Yeah, that's probably the first time that I really enjoyed it. Was the first UT Tyler was a 2-mile meet. That was the first meet I did. We had been training for like 2 weeks, and the meet was really fun. I placed a lot better than I expected, so I was surprised. I was like, oh, it's something I can actually do and do well at. So kind of got a taste of why I liked it, I guess.
Well, your next meet is coming up. You travel up to Magnolia, Arkansas to run in a meet at Southern Arkansas. Tell me about what's ahead. It's a kind of a longer race this time than what you normally run, right?
I believe it's
the distance a little bit longer?
Still a 5K.
Oh, it's still a 5K? Okay.
I think so. It's either a 5K or a 6K. So either
doesn't
one,
matter. It's long.
a typical. Yeah, 6K isn't much different than a 5K.
So when you're running in a meet like you're having this weekend at Southern Arkansas, and you get into the race, what helps you get over the hump or the wall we hear runners talk about? We hit a wall, and I got through the wall because I did this.
I think one, you just have to focus on something else other than the pain you're experiencing at the moment. You also just like, do you want it bad enough? You've worked for it, you've practiced, you've trained. So in the moment, you just have to be ready to mentally push, because physically you're there. Physically you have the ability, but most of it comes down to, are you mentally strong enough or not? Can you push yourself?
All right, Shelby, last question for you. What brought you to ETBU? How did you hear about East Texas Baptist University and say, hey, I want to go there for college?
I had several friends that came to the school, and when I was researching different schools to go to, I just wanted somewhere that was fairly close to home. I'm from Tyler, and so I guess hearing my friends talk about it that went, they all had a great experience, and then I came to visit for a shadow day, and that's kind of what got me hooked.
All right, visiting with Shelby Taylor. Shelby, thank you for your time today on ETB Extra. Looking forward to see what kind of time you post this weekend as you travel to Magnolia, Arkansas with the cross-country team to compete at Southern Arkansas Invitational. Shelby, have a great day, and thank you again for being a part of ETB Extra.
Thank you.
All right, Shelby Taylor has been our guest, and that's going to wrap up this first edition of Season 2 of ETB Extra here on the ETB Sports Net. We'll be back next Wednesday from noon to 1, so I hope you plan to join us then. We also are broadcasting live each Wednesday from noon to 1 right in the middle of the Huffman Student Activities area on the first floor of the Ornella Student Center. Hey, to find out all about ETBU athletics, go to etbtigers.com. Tigers got soccer this weekend, got football this weekend, got a cross-country match, and also have volleyball. So read all about by clicking to goettigers.com. That's going to wrap up today's show. Thank you for all those who helped to get the show possible today and all the coaches and players coming by. We'll see you next week on the ETB Sports Net at noon on Wednesday for another edition of ETB Extra. Have a blessed day.